Welcome, everyone, to the Diogenes, of Mayberry after party. So far, we have in here with, actually, I'll put you in your rightful position, Jason, right now. I'll switch you out with Swede, because you should be right up here with me, being the guest of honor for today. And I can't remember if I actually said it, but thanks for joining me earlier for the interview.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me on.
And also with us, we have my good friends, Irish Swede, or as we see him here, Sweetie Pie. And the man who jumps in here whenever possible. We've got Matthew Randall, who's also with us. And Matthew is a trucker, so he's generally joining us from a different part of the U.S. every time he jumps in here.
Yep.
But he's having some sciatica issues, and I believe that's what you were about to talk about earlier. You were going to make a little bit of a statement there. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to tell your guest there that I used to live in Nebraska, but we live in Colorado now. But I was very familiar with the Hawkeye vodka, or Hawkeye paint thinner.
The stuff we would use to take down the wallpaper. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. It could be helpful in your demolishing your stuff for your studio there for your other channel, Neil.
We've demolished everything that needs to be demolished. Now comes the construction part. So, which is what we'll be working on. Yeah.
Could you use some fire?
No. No, I'm pretty sure I'll be joining Randolph tomorrow afternoon sometime after I do my brunch with my mom, like I do every Sunday. And probably, I'm not sure we'll be doing any demolishing. We're probably going to be putting some stuff in, like possibly some insulation. I don't even know. But we'll see. But we're not doing the main building. We actually are hiring people to do all the actual building, because although I worked in the restoration industry and did a lot of repairs, like drywall repairs and stuff like that, and painting, I hated it. So I don't want to be doing that shit anymore. It sucks. So we're going to hire folks to do that.
I don't blame you.
You know,
I've done all that shit too.
Randolph has taken out a loan to get everything done, and of course I chip in whatever I can as well.
Cool. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Our call-in show is different to the point where we'll talk to anyone. So even if you're a believer, you can call in. If you're a non-believer, you can call in, and we'll just talk about whatever you want to talk about. That's what's going to be.
So I can call in and talk about my cool bull hauling stories then.
You could, yeah, if you wanted to, sure. We might cut you off. We might do the old Matt Dillahunty. No, you're done. And you never know. And there's a very good chance. I haven't actually spoken to him about it, but I'm sure he'll be all over it, that Matt might come and co-host with us one day, because we'll have once a month we'll have a co-host. Someone that people know, like Matt or Aaron or Seth or
me,
or even you. You and your plastic fucking bottled tequila.
Don't remind me of that. That was awful. My guts still hate me because of that.
I'm sure. Because if I was your gut, I would.
Yeah, I'd be like...
But Jason, does that sound like that might be something that interests you? If we give
I was reading the comments. What was it?
If we do the call-in show, then we might give you a call to say, "Hey, would you like to come and co-host this? Would you be up for that?"
Yeah, Randolph and I've already talked about that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Very good. Very good.
I was saying, I asked him, I said, are you guys, I actually specifically said, are you going to be like the Canadian version of Matt Dillahunty? And he said, yeah, that's kind of the idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Except apparently the way Randolph and I talked about it is going to be like the good cop, bad cop, where Randolph would be the good cop because he's Mr. Clean Cut and all that stuff. And then I'm kind of like the rebel. So I'd be the bad cop kind of thing. Although, recently I was on an episode with the Atheist Roundtable, and it was myself and Randolph and John can't remember his last name, Ashton, I think, or something, who's another atheist. And then there was a bunch of Christians around. And they're different. We had a Calvinist, we had some biblical literalist, and some other guy who was a different version of Calvinism. And these guys were all going back and forth at each other. So our work was being done by the theists themselves. They were, debunking each other. Saying, "Oh, no, this is the correct way to interpret. Oh, this is the." It's like I'm just sitting back going, "This is fucking fantastic." These guys are just ripping each other to shreds. I don't even have to say anything. Of course, I did eventually. I pop in with questions that make them scratch their heads, but it's quite the interesting show. And Randolph said that he liked the way that I proposed the questions, and I wasn't really being a dick about it. I was just being generally curious, I guess. But although it was just too much fun to watch them struggle with each other. It's just
I would be asking them the questions like, well, if God created us in his own image, then why aren't we invisible?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of an old trope, but mine in that respect is, so if we're created in God's image, is he circumcised? Right?
That is a good question. That is a good question.
Who performed that?
Yeah. Probably.
Well, if you think about it, when you're wandering around in the desert with all that sand, do you really want your foreskin?
I've been in the desert over there. Yeah, it's hot during the day, but at nighttime it gets really cold. And you also have to, before you even put your shoes on in the morning, you have to take them and shake them and flip them upside down, because if you got one of them Israeli golden scorpions in your boot, that hurts and it could kill you. So,
dang.
Yeah, they're one of the more lethal
ones. Not preferable.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be like the metal way to go out, wouldn't it? Scorpion bite. Fuck yeah.
Scorpion bite.
Hey, that'd be a great band name, wouldn't it?
Well, you might have Klaus Main giving you some headache over that. He's the singer of the Scorpions, by the way. But.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, he might have issues with that. It's like when my band first started, we were calling ourselves Threshold. And there's a band in England called Threshold that have been going since '93. And the guy kind of said, "Hey, listen, you're going to have to change your name because we're going to release something over that way pretty soon." And yada, yada. And I'm like, "Sure, no problem." So I looked up what Threshold might be in ancient Latin, like Old Latin. And I didn't really find anything I liked, but there was a version of it. The statement on the threshold called liminis, and that's where that name came from, in case you're wondering. So
now we know.
Now you know. And then I emailed them back. This is back when MySpace was a thing. You remember that place? MySpace?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so our band was there. And
Tom was my first friend.
Tom was your first friend?
Yeah. Tom was everybody's first friend.
I just recently seen I think it was oh crap, who was it now? What's his name from Poisoning the Well? Put a post up with his picture saying, "I miss that guy." It's got that same picture you get when you first join MySpace with that Tom guy. Every
time somebody gives MySpace shit, Tom usually shows up on Twitter and says, "Yes, I'm crying into my $100 million bank account about you telling me that what I created was shit." I'm just crying. That's the Woody Harrelson crying into the $100 bills.
Yeah. Wiping his tears away with $1,000 bill. Oh.
Yeah. Very, very much that. I'm like, yeah, MySpace turned into a clusterfuck of Flash, modules. People's pages took like 10 years to load because of all the music and everything else on them. But shit, we were all on it.
Yep. Yep. Well, I was as a band. I don't think I had a personal page there, but.
And it was like MySpace, even into the late, after Yahoo bought it, even afterwards was a band, kind of like a way to find independent music for even a long time after it lost its popularity.
Yeah.
But.
Isn't
I
that
remember when Facebook, you had to have a college email to even get on Facebook.
Oh wow!
You had to register your college and the email system and the email domain with Facebook, and then they would let you on, and this was way back, when there was no ads or anything like that, and Facebook was cool. But it was literally only college students at one point.
Sorry, I was going to. Jason, were you ever on MySpace when it was out there?
Yeah, briefly. I think for about a year. So.
Yeah. I think I could say I was probably on there for maybe 2 at most. And our page is still there, and I pop in from time to time just to see what the hell's going on. It's really dead on that site these days. Not a lot of people using that one.
I thought it was strictly for music, basically, that it was still going strong as a way to promote your music or whatever.
That's it. Yep. It's the only thing.
They have a lot of competition, though. Yeah, it's pretty much all I saw was like music or film industry type people, stuff like that. Once another site came out a little while after called Stereo Fame. I don't know if you guys were ever familiar with that one. So I basically put a band profile on any website that I possibly could. Just to
now you got 15 of them.
Yeah, and I've got them all up here in my browser, so I can click on each of them whenever necessary. But yeah,
I don't know. I'm doing all right with Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm lucky I can remember all my logins for all that shit. So.
Well, that's why you're supposed to remember this password and just click yes, and then you don't have to remember.
Or use a password manager.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can write them all down under lock and key on your phone too, like I do nowadays. I need a password to get into my passwords. So.
I couldn't remember all that shit. I'd have to write it down somewhere else.
Last names of ex-girlfriends. You never forget them.
Unless you're me, then
I forget all of them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Oh, really?
if you've had as many girlfriends as I have, you would forget at least most of them.
Listen to this guy over here.
I'm not saying that all of them were good looking or anything, because even you can get the desperate ones.
I don't even know where to go with that one, Matthew. I'm sorry.
I don't either.
Wow, that brought a chill down.
I'm just lost for
Not
thought.
going there.
Yeah.
I just thought
one of mine might be watching, so I ain't saying shit.
Well, most of mine are Christians, so they're not going to be watching. As a matter of fact, one of my current girlfriends is a
Mikey.
Christian as well.
Yo,
Mikey!
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
Easy there, bro. All right, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually living with one of my exes.
Wow.
My roommate is one of my exes from back in the 80s. But we remain friends. Like, we were super close friends ever since then. So she's literally been probably one of the best roommates I've ever had. So
Cool.
that's because you've never lived with me and Sweetie Pie.
I already have a nice roommate and I have two roommates though that seriously have a very big problem cleaning up after themselves. One just pisses all over the place every once in a while.
Just scream.
Hey, Daniel, welcome. Has anyone seen the Borat movie yet? I have yet to see it, but I hear it's pretty fucking funny.
Haven't seen it.
Not
What
my
did you say, Mike? You're not watching?
favorite.
Oh, the first one was so funny though.
I can't.
Are
watch
they-
cringe movies.
Are they streaming it, or are theaters open there to go out to a
Yeah,
movie?
they're straight. You can get it on YouTube.
Yep, you can
Yeah.
actually. They're streaming it, and I don't know if it's in theaters. To be honest, our theaters here are open, but they're limited seating. Of course, they've got little chunks all separate around there, so you and your little bubble people can go sit together, and 4 seats are empty, and then another group of people. You've missed my streams. Dallas, would you like to join us? Dallas, I can send you a link.
Dallas,
if you want. Oops.
So Timothy Chalamet's Dune has been pushed back to October 2021. Wow. That was supposed to be released like this month.
Which one's pushed back?
Dune.
Dune.
Oh. Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah.
Hello, Nick, and hello, Daniel. Oh, I already said that. Brill 591. Also, hello. And of course, tons of mice, and Theo is in here. And this guy named Christian Armstrong. Hello, Christian. And who else is with us? We've got Yo Natural Atheist. We've got Simply Secular.
IQ's kicking around in there somewhere.
IQ's in there? I didn't see him. And we got the Gray Man.
He's bouncing in and out.
And some guy named Diogenes of Mayberry.
Yeah. Some guy.
Some guy. And of course, Quiet Gorilla is with us. Welcome everyone to the chat. I'm sure we'll. Can you say
No Time to Die has been pushed back to April.
Really? Wow.
And then The Batman is pushed back to next November.
Nick's trying to trick me. He wants me to say hello to his friend C. Kyle. But we all know what that's supposed to be. There you go. There you go. Native Atheist is just lurking. Not anymore because we spotted you. Mike can smell a lurking.
I told you it was in there.
You did.
I just
Mikey, you sound like you're in a tin can.
Oh, you know what? I bet my mic is messed up. I had to pack up everything and go on location to record.
Oh. Go on location. Where'd you go?
How about now? Do I sound better?
That is way better.
That's what we're used to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I Voice from the Underground, the podcast. We went to a hookah cigar lounge to cover the debates. We had like a little private room, so I had to pack up laptop, 3 cameras, all my keyboards, all my interfaces, all my everything, because I didn't know what they had there. And so then I was like, oh, cool, after party. I opened up my office and I just saw this big pile of technology that I was too lazy to put back together. And I was like, I'm going to be late. Yeah, totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you were going to be around for today so you could work all the coin stuff and whatnot every time that. So I did it once, but
yeah, I gotta DM me which email you're using for StreamYards, because it's because I tried to go back in there to add some more stuff and then I couldn't get back in. I was like, oh shit, which one was it? So
oh, okay, well, I could just tell you.
No, then all these nerds will be trying to sneak in.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'd totally sneak in.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to because they wouldn't know the password.
Sneaky. Trying to keep us sneaky people out.
Sui's over there just like running the algorithm.
No, there's a new Biden released a new plan to forgive student loan debt for up $10,000 per year, up to 5 years of public service. So you can get, 5 years, you can get $50,000 completely forgiven, and no taxes on that forgiveness, which is usually where people get screwed over.
What do you mean by that? Like, so like if I owe $100,000
and you go be, say, a public school teacher for 5 years, half of it would get forgiven, wiped off the table.
There you go, Mikey.
Well, time for me to go back to school, kids. Get out my pocket protector.
My doctorate program is only going to cost me $120,000. So
Yeah, only.
That's after you did all the other school, the other 8 years.
Yeah, well, that's already taken care of, and I've already got $50,000 of debt for that. So I've actually been enjoying the 0% interest and forbearance. Right now, I've been throwing as much money at it as I can.
Now, dear person of Mayberry, I have no idea how to say your name because I had to have it muted because I was watching the episode, but I had it very low because I was supposed to be watching The Shield with my fiance. So
The Shield.
So how do I? Yeah, with Michael Chiklis and.
I was just last night watching Lie to Me with Tim Roth, and they had an episode with all the characters from The Shield on it. So I love that show.
Excellent.
This is Diogenes of Mayberry, the old Greek.
Diogenes.
Yeah, you can call me Jason.
Nope. Too hard to say.
I don't have it for my StreamYard.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have it written down there.
It's okay. We'll work it out later.
I don't know what the coins.
Oh, I need to go get a beer. I'll be right back.
Need to?
And Mikey Famine is brought to you today by our good friends at Red Stripe. Hooray, nice. Beer. Hooray, responsibility.
Tonight, I'm the only one not drinking. I figure it's better to not be drunk and have lower lumbar sciatica. So
might help, actually.
Yeah.
If you get drunk enough, man,
you can do anything.
I can do this. Sober.
Theoretically, posting some nice things. He says very interesting Bible research. Thanks for that. It's I'm an insomniac. My ex-wife would be in bed by 9 because she had to get up early, and I'd be up reading until 3 a.m. So it gave me a chance to read all those books.
We're very similar, except I'm more like I play video games and write music and get way too hammered. Ooh, what you got there?
There we are.
Ooh, cider?
Honey lavender.
Ooh.
Honey lavender cider.
You're a fancy sweet. Honey lavender.
Only the best, man. Only the best.
Look at Neil's face like, what?
who makes fucking lavender into a drink?
Oh, that's good.
Metrosexual.
Weirdos.
I'm completely confident in my sexuality, so I don't care.
Hey, whatever does the job.
I used to be.
I got called a metrosexual once. I was like, "Oh, you think I'm a good dresser? Oh, that is quite the compliment." But no style here. Trust me.
They could have just said you were very dapper instead of metrosexual.
My sexuality didn't matter for 4 months of the year because I was told not to have sex.
I was just people, use that suave and debonair. Except I had a few one time, and I piped up and said something like suave and debonair. I think was what I ended up saying.
That's like the guy at a job interview that says, "I would like to work for Dumbass and Dumbass."
Yeah. So listen, Mr. Dumbass, I think I'd be a really great contribution to your company, Mr. Dumbass. It's pronounced
Dumas.
Like on Star Trek.
Oh, I think that was a Snicker commercial because I want to get away. That's just right after.
The other is the mispronunciation great commercial is the Bud Light. I am Mr. Gally Weekets. You mean Dr. Galakowitz? Yes, I am. Excuse driver, do you have Bud Light in your car? Yes. Then I am Mr. Gally Weekets.
Okay, well we got a little support for the whole lavender thing. Quag Grill says, "Oh, lavender in a G&T, which would be gin and tonic, by the way, is actually pretty good."
All right. I drink scotch.
Red Bull, cranberry, vodka, and lime over ice.
Red Bull, yeah. Doesn't it say right on the can, don't mix with alcohol?
Yeah. Can't have your.
I was too drunk to read it. Couldn't read it. My vision was too blurry. So
TLDR.
Yeah, the warning was just too blurry for me to understand. I was so intoxicated. Can't read this warning. I'm drunk.
What does it say? Mixed with alcohol? Oh, okay.
Be hilarious if my from my youth of drinking Red Bull vodkas all the time that they came back and said, no, your genetics are fine. You just drank way too many Red Bull vodkas, and that's why your heart exploded.
What do we got there? What are you playing? Fucking Yahtzee? Oh, gummy bears? Is that what I'm hearing? They sound
That's my last one.
Oh.
So I'm going to do half.
I just got reloaded.
Uh-oh.
Are those edibles?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They are very edible. Quite edible. Some would even call them foodstuffs.
Okay, why am I getting echoes? I'm getting echoes again.
I don't know.
I'm not getting echoes.
Maybe it's just me. My hearing. I'm getting old. What can I tell you?
No, because I heard myself.
Oh, did you?
It was really weird. Yeah. I
Well, at least someone's listening to you.
Yeah, no shit. No one else listens to me, damn it.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I wasn't listening.
I'm very underappreciated. Who are you again?
As soon as these gummy bears kick in, it's all about this thing. The half pound.
Holy hell.
Holy shit.
How thick is that thing?
About an inch.
Oh, God.
That is the dream. That's the dream right there.
Holy shit. I love peanut butter and chocolate. I'm afraid of that.
You know, Reese's also makes those with varying degrees of peanut butter and chocolate, so you can get that cup in a higher so it's more chocolate or thinner chocolate with more peanut butter.
Yep.
Wow.
Would you guys go more butter, or are you going more chocolate?
I
like the original.
You like the OG?
This one tastes like the OG to me. Ours it's got a decent sized thickness of the chocolate, but it's stuffed full of peanut butter, man.
I think I would go a little more. I think I want a little bit more chocolate. I think I want to.
If you do the chocolate one, you might be disappointed because I mean the layer of peanut butter is quite thin, so you don't really get a lot of.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Reese's.
And I don't think Reese's are known for like the quality of their chocolate. Like the peanut butter is like the whole selling point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I bought this brand new Mustang. I bought this brand new Mustang for the floor mats. It's like, no one does that.
Yeah, no,
it's not
I
how that
ordered
works.
for wings.
Speaking of wings, last night some friends of mine decided to throw me a little bit of a.
Do I get a point for that, Mikey?
Oh yeah, points. I'm sorry.
Bit of a pizza party, I guess, for me last night. So we ordered some Pizza Hut up there because they make a pizza I really like. But we decided to order wings, and I'd never heard of these before. Garlic and Parmesan.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
Oh yeah. They're pretty popular down here in the States there.
You sound like you're an amalgamation of Wisconsin, North Dakota, and like ultra like Northwest Territories.
That's kind of it. I used to drive for a company out of New Berlin, so
with a dash of Dana Carvey.
Ain't that special?
Isn't that special?
Wasn't that the church lady?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that special?
Yeah, that's it. Actually,
anybody Satan?
Anybody watch Bobby's World?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That cartoon.
Howie Mandel.
Yeah, Bobby's mom was from Wisconsin, don't you know?
Yes.
Before times.
My sister lives in Wisconsin, and you make her sound like she's talking normal.
Yeah, it kind of depends. I give my girlfriend shit because one of them because she lives in Texas, and I go one of them polyamorous. So
humble brag.
Oh. Yeah, humble brag. Yeah, I'm polyamorous. Fuck you guys. I'm polyamorous.
Anyways, I go. When you come with me on these trips, there we can go to Kenosha to get some shoes there. Don't you know?
I almost went to school in Kenosha.
You sound like the fucking Fargo movie.
Mhm.
I know, huh?
Oh, it's a bit of the morning sickness there.
You'll betcha, by golly.
Yeah,
Yaw-
when my sister
yonder.
started on the Don't You Knows, I was like, oh my God.
It's Bobby's World all over again there.
And his uncle was like so creepy, and he just farted all the time.
Yep.
He was just like the typical uncle. Then like that. Now looking back
Like
at
me.
it as an adult, that's me. That's what I am to my nieces and nephews. I'm the weird uncle, like telling jokes that no one understands and farting. Like that's me. My life has come full circle now. Here we are.
That's hilarious.
That's like that Geico commercial. You need the guy who walks around helping you not become your parents.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's a consultant that people hire so that they don't become their parents in their later years. And he's like, okay, what do we see here? We see somebody on their speakerphone in the store. Do we do that? Is that? You know?
Oh my God, my mom is the worst. She is always on. She has her speakerphone, her cell phone on speaker, and her phone is out this far from her body, and she is yelling. I'm like, you know, it's a microphone. Put it closer to your face and talk normal. But no, she's got to put it like in 4 rooms with, yeah. And I told her, and I'm like, oh Jesus,
Like, quiet down, woman.
Yeah, can you keep? I'm trying to grow into a person here. I don't need you screaming into your phone from across the room.
There's plenty of people who found out that they don't want to put me on speakerphone in public. Otherwise, yeah,
Could be bad.
it could
I'm gonna
be
get some
very
looks.
One of the other one is the guy
Can't
walks
imagine
into a
why.
house and he's like walks up to the couch and he's like, so what do we have here? And the couch is full of pillows. It's like nobody can sit here, and he just starts throwing them on the floor, and you can see the lady going,
What do you got to
You
do
ever have-
now?
You guys ever have one of those friends whose mother or grandmother used to cover all the furniture in plastic?
And plastic.
jeez.
No.
Not my grannies, but my friends' grannies definitely had the plastic on there.
Yeah.
I was just like,
You
Isn't
sit
that
down,
kind of a
it's-
southern thing.
it makes a farting noise.
the air coming out of the zipper part,
yeah.
a little split in the diaphragm there. So
Just unzip it a little bit and take a booger and wipe it inside there, and then zip it back up. Look how well your plastic worked this time, lady.
And I mean, no one stops my boogers. Not if I name it old booger eating Sammy.
I'm just looking at
Isn't
Jace
that-
right now. It's like, what have I gotten myself into here?
Sorry, Jake.
I don't watch
Isn't that
commercials
kind of
here.
isn't that kind of a
that's
southern
good.
thing? The
What, the
plastic
plastic?
on, the plastic on the furniture.
Oh no. Well, I am in southern Canada, so maybe I can say that.
So you're a redneck? Then?
Everyone in Canada is in southern Canada. We all live right near the border, so
Yeah, because
a
there's
few sparse
monsters,
populations up north and stuff like
because there's monsters up north that you guys are supposed to be protecting us from.
that. Oh right,
Yeah, like-
you guys are the ones that protect that man the wall.
that's right.
Did
Wait,
you
aren't
know?
you guys?
Did you know that Northern California is farther north than the southernmost point of Southern Ontario?
Is Ontario
Yeah.
the one with Toronto?
Yeah,
Yes.
but
I
you go to
believe
the southernmost point of Ontario, where it dips down near Detroit.
New York.
It's actually
yeah.
farther south in Northern California.
Yeah, that's one of those. Did you know? Is like Las Vegas is further west than San Diego.
Really?
That's weird.
Yeah. It's just sorry, flat earthers, but we're on that spherical. So,
Don't you apologize to them.
The one that I get.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
like
Canadians
Reno
Canadians-
is further west than Los Angeles.
Yeah, and
Canadians
Detroit
apologize to
is
everybody.
north of Windsor.
Yeah,
To drive from Detroit to Windsor, you actually drive south.
Where's Windsor?
Windsor,
It's
Ontario.
Ontario side of
Okay.
The one that really blows people's mind is the Panama Canal, because the Pacific side is actually on the east, because the way the isthmus
Yeah.
comes down curves.
Oh, That's weird.
Yeah, because like Brazil has like another 2 time zones ahead of New York. It goes so far east.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know Nova Scotia was Eastern time.
Yeah. One of my coworkers pointed out, I never noticed it, that if you go due north from the westernmost point of South America, you hit Atlanta. Like that South America really juts east.
Mm.
Yeah, straight south of Atlanta, you would never hit South America.
Yeah.
No
if you go straight south of Atlanta, you'll never hit South America. You'll hit the Galapagos.
More you know.
Tons of mice just want to put his 2 cents worth.
Gone into it.
Yeah, we are in the middle of nowhere.
Gotta check this out now.
This is weird how
I gotta make sure my location doesn't show up on here.
So yeah, the Panama Canal is the same as Miami.
Huh.
Oh my god.
Longitudinally.
Oh, look at that!
Fun geography stories.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're doing geography.
Yeah, I don't know if it still is or not, but I learned at one point that the geographical center of the United States was in Belfouche, South Dakota.
No, it's Kansas.
There you go.
Look at that. There's Georgia. Look at that. Huh.
The geographic center of the United States is like right 50 miles south of the Nebraska border in Kansas somewhere.
Somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah, there's a marker there, and that's about it.
Everybody pees on it because they're immature.
I spent 5 years living in Kansas City. It's not a fun place to be.
Oh, I know. I go through there quite a bit.
I actually it's like my book, Manifest Insanity. I said it's set in a high school. And the high school, it's a Christian high school in Topeka, Kansas.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Right in the heart of the Bible Belt.
Yay.
Does anybody live in what's YT?
If you wanted to be worse than Topeka, you would have said it in Wichita. That is,
or Tulsa.
That's as right wing as it gets.
That's Tulsa, the armpit of the United States there.
Well, I think I picked Topeka because isn't that where that radical church is, where they're always protesting the funerals? Aren't they in Topeka?
Oh, yeah, Westboro
Baptist Church.
Yeah, they're in Topeka, aren't they?
I don't know which one in Kansas they are. I just know Wichita is basically owned by the Koch brothers. And Wichita State right now is embroiled in a huge controversy because their basketball coach basically has gotten caught physically abusing players, but he's not even on suspension because the Koch brothers have said he wins. Don't touch him.
Oh, that's nice. That's always great.
Yep.
Great to see justice served, you know?
Yeah, no shit.
And Wichita State is one of the most hated teams in Omaha because Creighton and Wichita State were biggest rivals back in the days of the Missouri Valley Conference when they were both members there. And so we just hate to see them, embroiled in controversy. Just hate it.
Yeah.
You're just so empathetic towards them.
Oh, yeah.
I just noticed in one of the groups I'm in called Sapien that Tart is looking for people to join their after party too, the Atheist Roundtable.
Well, they can come in here.
I'm like, you guys are going to have to really start streaming at a different fucking time than me.
All right, everybody who's watching now, go report their stream. And then that way, everyone will have to come over here, and then it'll be
so fun. I hit up Styx Hexenhammer or whatever the fuck his name is, the Holocaust denier, and called him out for being a shithead, and I got brigaded on my YouTube channel. First time, only 2 videos up on it, but
good.
A bunch of assholes come and dislike the video.
You're doing something right when you're 2 videos in and you're already getting shit.
Uh-oh.
New Zealand. All right. I haven't looked at a globe in a long time, apparently, because
New Zealand doesn't exist.
New Zealand is south of Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. I thought New Zealand was Papua New Guinea this whole time. God, I'm dumb some days.
Just want to answer that quick question.
You want to have some real fun? Watch Star Trek. Is it First Contact? The one where they go back in time with the Borg? Is that First Contact? Yeah. Watch Star Trek First Contact, and when Picard is on the ship with Alfre Woodard, and he's trying to calm her down, so he opens the viewing port so she can see she's on a ship looking down, and they're flying over Australia. Notice New Zealand isn't there.
See, that's proof. Because that's not a movie. That's a documentary.
Yeah.
It took a little creative license.
John Oliver did an episode of all the New Zealand doesn't exist sort of things on maps.
See, Edmonton and Edinburgh are on the same latitude. Edinburgh is that far north.
Well, Neil, who was that was trying to convince everybody that Australia doesn't exist?
Well, that's just a flat.
No. There was some girl. This is back a few years. Like, we're probably talking 2014, 2015. And she had tried to convince people that Australia doesn't exist. And that just turned into a whole thing. And it was a joke initially, but...
Well, yeah, didn't Navardia have something to say about that? Yeah, and Nacho and Nacho Witness. And...
Y'all know it doesn't exist. Y'all just paid shills of the state.
That's right. Where's my check, damn it?
Shit.
That's how Morph makes his money.
The amount of times that I've been called a shill for something and have received no compensation.
You haven't gotten your shill bucks?
We need to have... I want a class action suit against the Soros brothers.
Yeah, no shit.
The Koch brothers, George Soros. I need some money from somebody. Class action suit. Let's get the ball rolling on this.
Yeah, I never got no money from Soros. What the fuck?
Yeah, me either. Sorry, Theo, I can't find my PlayStation game controllers either. I also have PlayStations. So. I don't actually have an N64. I don't actually have an N64. I use the emulator on my computer so I can play Mario Kart. Because fuck yeah, that's the best game.
Dude, that Super Mario Kart is fun. The one for Switch. I think it's 8.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, they have it downstairs in my buddy's place, so they play it.
It is fun.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I'm terrible.
Am I the only one who's not a gamer here?
Well, why not? You should be.
No, I'm not a gamer either.
Oh, come
on. I can't afford to be a gamer. I just bought a $200,000 Peterbilt.
That's why I steal them. I'm just kidding.
You know how many Nintendo Switches you can fit in a Peterbilt? Come on, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
I got a 78-inch sleeper. I could pack that damn thing.
And here's the thing. You only need one.
That's true.
What, 1 inch?
What if one breaks?
You steal another one.
Steal another one.
You want to hear something? We where I work, we got Walmart had a fire, and another one just recently. So they sent us all the shit to destroy because they can't risk selling after the fire. And there was back when the Switch just came out, and there was literally 7 or 8 of these things, and with a bunch of games and everything, and all of us were like, and you can be fired if you steal these and take them home.
Even though they weren't going to sell them.
Even though they weren't going to sell them. By law, they have to be destroyed. So we're all like opening these boxes and breaking switches in half, and we're just like, why am I doing this?
This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense.
They had to be destroyed. And we're crying.
It's a bad
all kinds of shit. Yeah. It was just horrifying. Never have I felt so just wrong about doing something like this. I'm like, damn it, this even has Mario Kart. Snap. Fuck. You know, like, wow. Yeah, it was terrible. But it had to be done.
It's like they were making you break your own heart. Like they were forcing you to do is like, no, now destroy the another thing that you love. Now destroy the new thing that you didn't even know was out yet. Destroy it.
Oh, dude, we had computers in it. We had 65-inch, 75-inch TVs, and we're like hitting them with sticks to put holes in them. And it's like, oh man,
why are they giving to you guys?
Because we deal with all sorts of waste material, being a recycling.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
It's the dirty part of the job that no one really wants to talk about because it's too traumatic. Right. And you have to destroy some very fine electronics.
Well, the funny thing is the guys at the dump where this stuff ultimately was ending up to be buried and whatnot, they're like, oh, really? So all these TVs and games are coming our way? We're like, yeah, that's right. And then one of the guys messaged my supervisor, like, you didn't tell us they were all going to be broken. Because they were going to steal them and take them home.
Oh, cool. They got all these TVs coming. Why are they coming in garbage bags?
Yeah. Why are there holes in the TV, damn it?
It's just like a big, like it went through a wood chipper. You just dump out a big screen TV, just pour it across the floor.
Yep. Consider it a puzzle. You put it back together, it's all yours.
It'd be like Trump family burner phones, bunch of iPhone 12, Pros, all with hammer marks. so they can't be used against him.
Man. Yeah, you guys started talking politics, and I was like, oh, I cannot wait for this after party.
Well, I could say something, Rod. I think the Trump have to win the election, otherwise they're going to fucking prison.
Yeah. Oh, they're waiting.
Some people think that, yeah.
Southern District of
He's
New
already
York.
got the orange hair and skin.
And the troll pen. The troll pen.
He's Southern District of New York is chomping at the bit. As soon as he's out of there, they're just gonna be like, excuse me, Mr. Trump, before you decide to go on vacation, just a few questions. Just got a couple of things for you to sign here. A little prison sentence for you.
I think he's hoping to win just to avoid that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can push it off for 4 years, but
then they'll turn and go, Mr. Trump, can you turn around, please? We need to put these handcuffs on you.
I just need you to put this right there on your wrist real quick.
Christian, I used to dye my hair all the time too. Of course, I didn't really care. It was my hairdresser. She was a very good friend of mine for years. We grew up together, and she always wanted to try new dyes out in my hair. And I'm like, sure, what color? Oh, it's purple. Okay. So she'd put different colored hair dyes in my hair all the time. Until I said, you know what? I'm going gray. I don't care. No more fucking dye. And she was like, sad-faced. Like, yeah, you can still. I'll come in for trims every once in a while, and apparently it's been a while since I've been.
Coming in for trim. I gotcha.
She's married, Mikey. All right, come on.
I'm not here to judge. Just here to make fun.
I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy that's going to be. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to do that.
Me, on the other hand,
I've had it happen to me, and it's no place you want to be.
All right, I'm gonna have to step out and start walking around. Otherwise, I'm gonna be in some deep shit with my back here. So,
all right,
y'all have fun. I need to go walk.
All right, man.
We're not gonna make fun.
Take care.
What?
Nothing.
Hope you feel better. That's what Mikey was saying. He hopes you feel better too.
Sure. I thought I heard him say, "No, we're not going to make fun of you when you get off the stream."
Oh, we absolutely are.
Listen to that old fucker just getting off because he's getting old.
As soon as you get out of here, I'm just like, all right, let's talk about that motherfucker.
Yeah, no shit. All right, we'll talk to y'all later.
See
you. Yeah, so it seems folks are busy tonight because usually on Saturdays my after parties get pretty damn full.
Yeah, kind of interesting.
Me, I don't want to talk about history.
Let's talk about history.
I'll talk about history.
Let's see. There's history up here. There's economics right here. There's music right here, and more music right there. So there's our topics.
So about the diminished fifth, isn't it just the best? Like,
I was trying to think of bands that you would never have heard of, but it's hard to try and think of something that as well versed as Mikey is on bands when you were looking for bands to review.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna start doing album reviews. Maybe I'll start doing like new music or something like that. I'll do new music reviews, but I don't really like a lot of music.
Do ours.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do Luminous.
All right.
I don't know. Like, I gotta figure out,
sucks.
I gotta figure out the
no new music. I mean, I moved to Asia in 2003, so I don't have a car, so I don't listen to the radio on the way to work. So I haven't listened to anything in almost 20 years. It's new.
Oh, dude, I got to get you some MP3s, man. Some crazy shit happened.
I hear the occasional song. My wife will be listening to something. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I like that.
We're out in Asia.
Well, what style of music do you generally listen to, Jason?
When I'm writing, I tend to listen to classical just because I want something calm in the background that just can drown out the noise. I'll listen to the Cult if I want to get my blood up. A lot of Europop, like Eurythmics and Erasure and that kind of stuff.
Cool. Nice.
Did you say the Cult? Because I love them.
Yeah.
Cult, yeah.
I heard y'all like cults.
No, the Cult. The band.
Gotcha.
Oh, is it the same one I'm thinking of?
Are you talking about
She
like
Felt
Sanctuary?
What's that?
In the world drags me down.
Look at Spotify. Have I heard
No,
cult?
I don't think so. These it's a sister and a brother out of Manhattan.
Yeah, probably not the same. The Cult.
The Cult. I can't spell it.
No, it's Cult is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, just Cult.
She sells the Sanctuary 2009 remaster.
There you go.
You've never heard this song before? This is the best song of the 80s. Hands down.
Yeah, she sells Sanctuary. I'm up there with that for sure, especially the extended version.
Here, Mikey, I'm giving you the Wikipedia link to this band. I think you would like them.
Okay. Oh, this is very 80s. I can almost feel the top dropping back on my LeBaron.
LeBaron. The old Chrysler LeBaron, one of the first K cars out there.
Well, Mikey hasn't stood up and done the Carlton yet, so I mean, it can't be 280s.
That was 90s, bastard.
What's going on, IQ?
Oh, too fucking busy, man.
That's
I think
what
I've
I
just
said.
bit off more than I can chew. I need like an AIQ bot.
You need a clone. That's what they need to do. Science, get on that shit. We need to make a clone for IQ so he can be in more places than one.
Do we need two of them, though? I feel like if they ever started working together, they might just take over the world.
That's valid.
No, they would start fighting each other. Haven't you ever watched or read the Duplicator series from Calvin and Hobbes?
That is true. That the elder Calvins were not having his malarkey. Oh, that's a good one. Jason, that's a good one. What's your favorite comic strip?
Definitely. Well, it's funny you say because Calvin and Hobbes is my favorite. Because the first time I read Calvin and Hobbes, this guy is ripping off my life. This is me. And
he's watching me.
And in both of my books, I've managed to get Calvin and Hobbes into my book.
And a tiger too.
Yeah. I managed to get Calvin and Hobbes into both of my books.
I love Bill Patterson's work. I think as
Watterson.
Who's Bill Patterson? Is that a person?
Probably.
Probably somewhere.
Probably some
Calvin adult ones where he's got a daughter now that has Hobbes.
Yeah. Bill kind of squashed that. He didn't want that happening.
Bill Patterson is a Scottish actor, so that's not who I was talking about. Watterson makes a lot more sense.
A lot of people say that Zitz, that comic strip, is Calvin grown up into high school.
I remember Zitz.
So yeah, I think that's still going.
It ended in 1995. That was the last one. It's hard to think. It's been over 20 years since it stopped. And
so I have an autograph lithograph of the last
work. The trilogy of that box set of the complete works. I bought that about 15 years ago.
And the thing is, I never knew it was a comic strip because it was a little before my time. But that was I got every single one of them from the fucking library. I was that kid who had a ridiculous size book bag and was that big off the ground. And I would go in there and I would clean them the fuck out. Oh, I would get I would take all 4 of the Calvin books I could find, like elephants, leopards, space stuff, and then like a couple of car magazines, and I would just zip it all up in my backpack and get on my fucking green mountain bike and then hoof it back 2 miles back to the crib. And that was like every Thursday. Oh, look at that!
Yeah, I have that. I've got.
Oh,
great mind.
Cool.
I have the
Great
far
mind.
side.
Think alike.
One for the far side too.
Yeah.
I love how Mikey put that. He's like, Bill Patterson, is that a person? You got those people who give like their pets like first and last names, or like somebody named their toaster Bill Patterson. Like, hey, can you go in the kitchen and hand Bill 2 slices of bread?
Oh, he's like.
But Gary Larson is actually going to start redrawing the Far Side. But I have, I have his full collection too.
Wow.
They don't have these the Calvin and Hobbes or the Far Side one in print anymore, so you have to go find a used one.
On my Facebook page, my Diogenes of Mayberry Facebook page for my author page, I have an album of all the Calvin and Hobbes strips where he mentions God. And my favorite one was like, do you think there's a heaven or a hell? And you mean like Pittsburgh?
Bill Patterson 2020.
The city. But yeah, it's because he's from Cleveland, so that makes sense that he would hate Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Those Ohio people are just not wrapped too tight. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Steelers and Browns,
Come on, IQ, take the bait, damn it. Make him
was it Doonesbury was another one I used to dig, and then which became Outland eventually. With had like Bill the Cat and Opus.
That was my pub quiz here in Bangkok. They did an Opus Outland question. I'm like, who the hell remembers that except people like us? So people got it.
Do you remember the name of the band that they formed?
No.
Opus Bill the Cat. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a picture of Bill the Cat that we had to name as one of the rounds. So the round was cats. So it was a picture of Bill.
Yeah, the Ack. Yeah.
Point simply secular. Because he brought up the Calvin and Hobbes Snowman House of Horrors, and that was always my favorite part to swing through.
Oh yeah,
Bill the Cat right there. Yeah.
I love. There's the one where Calvin's like he's got a deformed snowman, and he's looking at his mom. He goes, defined, well adjusted.
I like the one where he had the snow kid on the toboggan that slid through the snowman. So
and they were always like sawing each other in half. Or like,
yep. One was given another a lobotomy.
Like the guts are hanging out, and it's my favorite.
Or the one where they're all lined up next to the driveway saluting Dad as he gets out.
Yeah, the idiot here says it was Outland was Bloom County, not Doonesbury. Good catch. Yeah, Bloom County.
Oh.
But it's amazing. Like I go back and I thought, some of the stuff that I used to think was funny, you'd go back and you'd read it and you'd be like, this is like surprisingly bad. There's like Family Ties has never been funny.
No.
Or Family Circle or whatever it was.
Family Circle?
Yeah.
Family Circus is what
Family Circus, that's what it is, yeah.
I liked it as a
so
kid.
Bad that I don't even remember the name.
Baker Square, I think it was called.
But Kathy, who finds Kathy funny?
Yeah.
A bunch of Kathys. Bunch of Kathys with 38 cats.
It's like Hagar the Horrible. And of course Garfield.
Wizard of Id was good.
Wizard of Id was good.
I like that.
And Andy Cap.
I wonder if there's a way.
Wasn't bad. BC had some good runs.
I bet if they got like a subscription service for like $5 a month, where I could get like 4 papers in that month of just like comic strips again, just delivered to me. I wonder if because if they can send me a freaking flat pack Calfrey table from Germany in like a week and a half. They could totally ship out a periodical to people and then keep it at like a $5 a month thing. Because I would love to get more
physical, like paper.
Yeah, like if they just gave you like the funnies.
I think you could just go online and see them.
Yeah.
But it's cool to have the paper. Would you pay $5 for the paper? I would.
Bring back newspaper. Newspapers are still in print, tons of mice. They have both the print option and the online option.
Yeah, I like the New York Times for the print. But the best weekend paper is still the Wall Street Journal weekend edition.
All I ever wanted to do was crossword puzzles anyway. So
those are great.
Yeah.
My vocabulary is so stunted, I don't know anything. On a crossword, I don't think I could answer any of it.
Why?
Bring back journalism.
Bring back journalism? Who said that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, credible journalism, we'll say.
Let's see.
So, Mikey here being the authority on music, you said you were having trouble thinking of bands that he wouldn't already be hip to. Now, granted, I'm sure he's humble enough to say that for every band he knows, there's probably 2 out there that he's unaware of. But have you ever heard of Booyah, Mikey? You had to have. You're a metal guy.
How you spell it?
Booyah.
Booyah.
P-U-Y-A. They are a band from San Juan, Puerto Rico. And it's a fusion of salsa and metal.
Ah, interesting.
I don't know. Mikey, have you heard of Baby Metal?
I'm going to follow Puya. Baby Metal?
Oh, yeah.
Baby.
Is that
a thing?
Sounds delicious.
Baby Metal is a bunch of girls from Japan that play heavy metal.
Gimme Chocolate.
Yep.
What a great name for a song.
Yep.
And it's got 2 exclamation points. They're fucking serious. They're not dicking around.
Baby Metal is hilarious and awesome all at the same time.
Better run that chocolate.
When I think of Japanese metal, I always harken back to like Loudness and Easy O and bands like that.
Follow the Baby Metal. Loudness, you said?
Have you heard of BTS?
Loudness. Fucking yeah, Loudness is awesome. Are you kidding me? My roommate, I swear, is one of their biggest fucking fans. She's got BTS shit everywhere.
I think everyone has heard of BTS.
Yes.
I think even my parents have heard of BTS.
My mom hasn't.
Do you remember Coming to America? Sexual Chocolate?
Yes. Yes, and there was
Sexual Chocolate.
That's what I call my wife. My wife is Sexual Chocolate.
Hell yeah.
Are you sure you shouldn't be sharing that over YouTube, Jason?
I tell that all the time.
Oh, okay, there you go.
She knows she's Sexual Chocolate. That's why she ain't afraid to hear him say it. It brings joy to her sexual chocolatey heart.
Okay, what?
I don't know if I'm helping
sexual
anymore.
Chocolate.
So
you can't say that without me thinking of that Eddie Murphy fucking role.
That's what we were talking about. Coming to America.
Yeah. Ladies, sometimes you get hot. Sometimes you get bothered. And sometimes you get hot and bothered. And when that happens, I need you to call me. Oh, love it.
I heard there's a sequel coming out to Coming to America.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Oh, Lord.
Because that needed to happen.
Thanks, Eddie. Good thing you're not tarnishing your legacy or anything, Eddie. You're already the goddamn Shrek donkey.
Did he forget to pay his taxes and now needs money or something? Or
did he Wesley it? Did he Wesley it?
He's got a lot of kids to feed.
Doesn't he have like 48 children? He's got more kids than T.I.
Did you guys see him when he was on Saturday Night Live a few months ago? And he said, who would ever thought I would be America's dad? and Bill Cosby would be in jail for rape.
Oh, he has 10 children.
Dude, I remember when Eddie Murphy was a cast member of Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah.
He did a remake when he was on Saturday Night Live. They did a remake of the Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
No, did they?
Yeah,
they
it's hilarious.
They didn't do the hot tub one with the what the fuck's his name? It's hot in the hot tub.
No, they didn't do that one.
No.
Was Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood?
Danny Harvey come back and do the church lady.
Yes.
Was Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood the one where he played the guy in the projects acting like Fred Rogers?
Yeah.
Yes.
They redid the Christmas night one where he was going to be Santa Claus and replacing your presents with something else. Grand larceny. James
Brown's Celebrity Hot Tub. That's what it was called.
James
Brown's Celebrity Hot Tub. Oh fuck, that was hilarious. Yeah, he was on there. Eddie was on there around the same time as like Billy Crystal and stuff. I think he was on like one of the second rendition of the cast members.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then of course afterwards you get the Mike Myers era. And I think they kind of merged a little bit because that's what I mean. The original cast from the 70s, of course, was Bill Murray and Belushi. And Belushi and Gilda Radner and all those folks.
Jane, you ignorant
slut.
Yeah.
Jane Aykroyd, oh yeah.
I wanted to use that as my pub quiz team name. Jane, you ignorant slut, but they wouldn't let me.
Chevy Chase came in a little bit later. He wasn't there, I think, the first 2 seasons, but he came in, I think, in the 3rd season.
Yeah.
I think one of the funniest fucking things they did.
Day that his body still hasn't recovered from his time at SNL. Because he fell every time.
Yes.
So he says like his back is so bad from his SNL days that he to this day he regrets doing all that.
I think one of the funniest skits they did from the original, I mean, other than the standout ones like the Coneheads, was the 3 Mile Island family. You guys ever seen that sketch? They're all chatting and just, like pulling her hair out and stuff.
No, yeah.
The 3 Mile Island family. That was so fucking funny. For those of you who don't know what 3 Mile Island is,
like Chernobyl.
What's that?
How bad was 3 Mile Island like compared to others?
Not even close to Chernobyl. They actually got a handle on it as soon as the leak happened. But it did contaminate a little bit of the area. But yeah, not even close. Like, let's put it this way: both Chernobyl and Fukushima were literally thousands of times worse than what happened at 3 Mile Island.
Yeah. You know, a little inspiration since with the True North talk. You know, if you guys air late enough, with you guys being on the West Coast and all, you could have like a tagline like "Live from Vancouver, it's yesterday night."
Well, I'll tell you, it's Sunday morning here.
That's right. So, yeah, Jason's in the future. Hey, can you get us the lotto numbers?
Oh, my favorite blonde moment ever is some blonde on Twitter going, can you believe that like China could have warned us about 9/11 since, you know, it was like Tuesday, you know, it was like Wednesday.
Oh, no. Yikes. That person's driving and voting.
Yikes, indeed.
And probably reading.
They really don't know how time zones work, do they?
No.
Making more of that.
They could have warned us about the terrorist attacks and they chose not to.
That's like
so Eddie was on
like Jordan
before the plague, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was last season, but he was the host, and like he came out during the monologue. He goes, "When did you ever think I would be America's dad and Bill Cosby would be in jail for rape?"
Where he fucking should be.
See that coming, did you, America? Yeah, the monster. What the fuck is wrong with him?
What happened with Cosby?
Drugging women?
No, like.
Well, no. Like, did he get out or something, or?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No, dude, he's in jail. Right?
I'm like, is he not?
No,
No, he's
it's
in jail.
funny. All them years he told me to pull my fucking pants up when he was fucking dunking Rohypnol and fucking girls fucking sherry. Like, fuck off, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather sag and not drug women.
Yeah.
He was Quagmire ordering the roofie colada.
Yeah.
Do you like roofie coladas?
Falling asleep in your drink.
Well, it just goes.
Did you guys see that episode of when Quagmire discovered Tinder?
No, it was the internet in general.
Yeah,
it came out
the arm that was 3 times the size of the other arm. Yeah.
But then they did one like a year or two ago where he discovers Tinder. He goes, "You mean I don't have to take women out? I can just order in?"
That's one of the best ones, though. Is like, wait, Hanson are boys? I mean,
Joe told him that Taylor Hanson was a dude, and he's like, "Oh God!" With the pictures and the oh God.
I watched their the Hanson brothers. I watched their Tiny Desk with my fiance. She loved it, and I was thoroughly unimpressed. And the little piano playing brother looked like John Bon Jovi, and like he's got like the feathered hair. He had on like a black V-neck T-shirt with like a leather vest over it. I was like, Jesus, guy, how hard are you trying right now?
That's hard right there.
A medallion of some sort, probably with some feathers on it. I don't know what he was doing.
You say Hanson Brothers, and I automatically think Slapshot. So,
oh yeah. Hockey reference.
It's funny, you know.
What are you guys doing over there?
YouTube,
put on the foil, coach.
I didn't have much music when it first came out, you know, and I didn't realize until within the last 5 to 7 years, I was watching YouTube. It was like an 80s stream of songs coming up, and Limal's Never Ending Story came on. And for 30 years, I thought that was a chick singing it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that was a guy.
No, he was the lead singer of Yazoo, I think.
No, it was Kaja Gugu or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. Kaja Gugu, you got it. Yeah.
Y'all just making
I
up
had
words.
no idea that was a guy singing for 30 years.
Ugh. I mean, I love that movie. Don't get me wrong, but possibly top 10 most annoying songs ever.
Which one?
And the Never Ending Story song.
The theme song?
Yeah.
Never Ending Story.
Oh, that's pretty good. I just thought it was a woman singing it for 30 years.
Nope.
There's a couple bands where like the singer sounds like an Aretha Franklin style voice, but it's a guy, and I'm like, huh.
Hey, they can sing. That's what matters.
And I'm like, well, and it's gone from 5 years ago. I would have been disgusted to this year to now. I'm like, that's fucking amazing. Aretha Franklin level of talent.
Yeah. Theo's brought up a good point. I've done it as well, and this is going to sound funny coming from a Canadian, but the very first time I heard Rush, I thought Geddy Lee was a girl. So,
yeah, he's up there. He's definitely a tenor.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But I quickly, thanks to my buddy's older brother, quickly learned that he just pretty much punched me in the head. Like, Geddy is a guy. I'm like, I didn't even know who the fuck his name was. It was my very first time ever hearing them, right? So,
ooh, a chick singer, cool.
I mean, it's not like it's not like he sings like Barry White.
Yeah, no.
Now, if a girl can come out with a fucking hot smash single and her voice is as deep as Barry White, I'm buying that shit. You got my 99 cents on iTunes, guaranteed.
Well, remember when Rick Astley hit? Everybody thought he was a black guy the way he sounded until they saw the video.
He's the palest of gingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is the poster child of voice not matching the mental image of what you think he looks like.
Yeah. And for
Pretty
years
close.
we got to get Rick trolled all the times.
You know the video's down?
Is it?
Shut up.
It's gone. They took it out.
Which video?
Is gullible also taken out of the dictionary?
No, they took it down.
Are you trying to get people to rickroll themselves?
God damn you!
I can see through your lies.
The idiot thought Getty was.
That's what we call the okey doke.
The Kansas City Shuffle.
Well, he gets up there pretty high, Getty, right? Like, I don't even want to attempt to do Getty because I might like blow a nut or something. But
it's not how it works, luckily.
Luckily, yes. Let me see.
Do you know what movie the Kansas City Shuffle is the outro to?
What?
Do you know what movie the Kansas City Shuffle is the outro to?
The Super Bowl Shuffle? Oh, that's a great song.
No, Kansas City Shuffle.
I don't even know what that is.
It is a song that is the outro song for what movie? Come on, chat. You're disappointed.
I don't even know what song it is, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you what the movie. I probably heard it, but
Lucky Number 11.
Aha, Take on Me. You got the front of. I never saw it.
If you ever have a chance to see it, it's really good.
Oh, this is what I'm gonna say. Michael McDonald. I thought he was black.
Really?
Listen, baby. I was like, oh shit, listen to this brother. All right.
What do you mean he's white?
That is Santa Claus. Mr. Klaus himself.
I thought the Righteous Brothers were black till I saw them.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. Especially from the era that it comes from, too, where a lot of the soul music and stuff.
Bobby Caldwell.
White boys didn't have soul back then, and they blew it out the water.
Did.
Some did.
Wow.
Souls aren't real, people.
This dude.
The Kansas City Shuffle is something you don't want happening to you. Okay. Is that like a Dirty Sanchez or?
Kansas City Shuffle is explained in the movie as in you look left, you make somebody look left and you do something to them on their right. And it is the movie is basically all about that happening to two mafia barons.
Huh.
And it's really good. Bruce Willis is in it. Is it Josh Hart or something? I don't remember his name. Who else is it?
You couldn't tell me Bobby Caldwell wasn't black. What you do for love? What I would not do.
Oh yeah,
that's Bobby Caldwell.
Josh Hartnett. Bruce Willis, Lucy Liu, Morgan Freeman, Ben Kingsley. I mean, it's a hell of a movie.
Hold on. Pasta? Damn you. Pasta Mike has stepped in here instead of officially stolen Randolph. You can't steal Randolph. He lives near me. I could shield him from you. Literally. Like full-on body shield.
Well, he's on his show right now.
I know he is. I knew that ahead of this. I knew that. I was trying to give him shit earlier. Like they got to stop. I said put it in a message in one of the Twitter Messenger groups that I'm in. I'm like, you guys really have to stop streaming the same fucking time as me.
Holy
I thought
shit.
I was going to get more of a laugh, but okay.
I just got my mind blown. Rick Astley did a cover of the Foo Fighters' Everlong.
Really?
Yeah, 4 months ago from like Corn Stream.
Oh,
like all the music, yeah. Well, everyone's still like at home and can't go out and do shows and stuff like that. So every artist YouTube channel is blowing up right now, and they're all like recording from home, making like cool covers and all that fun stuff. So apparently, Rick Astley, who we just brought up, did Everlong. I bet it's good. He's playing guitar and playing.
Poor guy. We can't. I mean, like, you're telling me that, and I'm like, and I don't believe you, because because of Rick rolling, and just any time that anybody mentions his name, nobody would take anybody seriously. That's so terrible.
I had no idea that he was still going, to be honest.
I didn't know he was British either.
Oh yeah,
holy shit! I'm hearing him talk. I'm like, got some interference going in here. It sounds. Oh my god, it's an accent from the Northern Isles. Oh, my mind is getting completely blown today.
All right, so here's a question for everyone: best horror movie that's not gory.
Yeah.
For me, it was Pulp Fiction when they kidnapped Bruce Willis and took him down into the basement. That freaked me out.
I am not okay. I am pretty far from okay.
I wish I like the birds kind of fucked me up for a long time. So I don't know, like, are we talking about like the most impact, or what do we think like was like shot the best, or
just like if I wanted to watch, like, I can't stand gore, so like Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff like that.
Yeah. Me neither.
It doesn't.
Well, see what happens? You fucking mention his name, and it's like we summoned him.
Just let you know, I've found a way to escape from Pasta Mike. His flying spaghetti monster noodles were not able to hold me back. I think he got distracted by the stripper factories.
See, to get your noodles to not stick, you gotta put a little bit of olive oil in that water. So that's what Randolph did. He put a little oil in that water.
All right, cooking advice. This is great. This channel's got everything.
Randolph just came in. We're thinking of movies that are not gory but are great horror flicks.
There's a Christmas film called Die Hard. Is that a horror movie?
No, that's action.
That's every movie.
Hey, we have to set some parameters for like what the horror is, because I mean it's just like scary to you. Is it supposed to be scary, but it's actually funny, kind of like like some Bruce Campbell movies, like
I think I might have one for you guys. Let me just look it up here. I just want to make sure I get the name right.
Family Man with Nicolas Cage.
No.
Personally, I consider movies like Fireproof. That's a horror movie to me. Left Behind, I consider that a horror movie, but it's not really intended to be a horror movie.
Like most of, except for the Visions of Hell, like Event Horizon is kind of what I'm thinking.
Apollo 13 was a horror movie.
Man, it'll mess with your head.
I consider Event Horizon to be more of a sci-fi horror, I guess.
Oh, I think I got it here. It's a horror movie that isn't gory. It's called Tu Lava, Tu Lantula with Steven Guttenberg.
Never heard of it.
No, that's a terrible movie. It's horrible.
Is Event Horizon the one with Lawrence Fishburne?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It was It was like thrillers, but that's not horror.
I thought it was horror.
I thought it was like a sci-fi thriller thingy.
Blair Witch Project. Totally bored and had a headache for the bad camera shakes. Yeah.
I was a camp counselor when that came out, and I woke up the next morning with one of my friends standing in the corner with his head down. I'm like, throwing shit at him, like, you bitch.
Not funny, dude. Not
funny. Not funny.
I remember getting very nauseated during Blair Witch.
Yeah. Everyone was trying to know this is based on a true story, and I'm like busy on the internet looking shit up. Like, I don't see any of this stuff anywhere. What?
You can tell.
They had a very good campaign. They had a very good campaign about, because not a lot of people were on the internet, and so it fooled a lot of people into thinking it was very real.
Yeah, I know.
Pastor Mike's only telling part of the story in the chat there. He's saying that the reason I had to get aggressive with him is because his mic was echoing very badly.
Oh.
Those guys are so much fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are.
So, Diogenes, it's nice to meet you.
You too, Randolph. Diogenes. You can call me Jason.
Diogenes. Okay, Jason. All right. And we were just talking about
Diogenes was a famous Greek cynic who disdained human stupidity, so I thought it was an appropriate name.
Oh, okay.
To be writing about religion.
That's
Why are you in this after party if you disdain human stupidity?
We're pretty much a focal point. We're like a focus
I can
group.
vouch for this, unfortunately.
Well, because at least we can make fun of human stupidity.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll make fun of the stupid people that are stupid like us, the stupids.
Shut up.
Now that's a soundbite worth saving.
Yeah.
Got him. Got him.
Look at it.
Checkmate, stupidest.
Stupidists. Yes.
I think Theo might like my new book. Because the new book is all about the first chapter of the new book's all about all the ancient Greek and Roman philosophers and what they were saying, and so I got some pretty interesting quotes. So I'm hoping it'll be a successful book and people will be interested in it.
Where can people find your book?
I'm still working on it. I'm still writing it. So
where's your house then?
Where's what?
Where's your house?
We'll just go to your house and get it early.
Yeah. I'm on the other side of the world.
Yep.
Bring flippers.
If you go to the link in the description below, which will take you back to the original interview I had with Jason, there are a bunch of links there. And on his website, you will find links to the book that he has written. And I'm sure you'll be able to find upcoming a link to the one that is being written.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I've got some quotes in there. So I sent, it's quite interesting what some of the ancients talked about. One of the books I use as a reference is called Battling the Gods by a Cambridge professor named Tim Whitmarsh. And he talks about people who think that atheism is new, that this is something that's only been around maybe since the Enlightenment. And I love the quote he used. He says, the people think that it's only because of a profound ignorance of the classics. And so I've been, reading all of these ancient Greek and Roman guys, and it's some of what these guys wrote was, it's amazing what they came up with, 2,000 years ago.
Quote. That was a good quote you just did.
Yeah. The profound ignorance.
Yeah.
I had a thought for a new book that I want to do, and I want that to be the title: Profound Ignorance, that people have about the history of their religion.
That would get my attention.
Profound Ignorance, the Mikey Famine story. My autobiography.
You see, now it's going to his head.
I want everything stupid from here to here. It lights a monument to my lack of confidence in the rest of this joke. Goodbye.
It derailed that shit somewhere.
I turned it off midway.
Yeah, I think this is why people need to read the classics.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Like even Richard Dawkins mentions it, that he's like, I couldn't imagine people were atheists before Charles Darwin, and it's like, okay, I don't know why, but you've had people like this all through history that just.
There have been atheists as long as there have been theists.
Actually, in my view, the atheists have always been, even long before religion. Long before religion, people didn't believe in deities. Long before the concept of deities were invented and people were around, they didn't believe in deities.
I hate to break this to you, Randolph, but deities have been a concept since our dawn of time, since we were first ever. They might have been a little rock that they worshipped or the sun, but deities have been around since we've been here. It's actually, we're genetically encoded to believe in shit like that.
Never happened to me. I guess I don't have the genes for it.
No, you do. You were just raised in a family that didn't believe in stuff like that. So
I never felt inclined to believe on that on my own either.
Yes, because you were raised that way.
Yeah, I wrote an article. You can find it on my blog, which Mikey just posted.
Gotcha.
You have to scroll back a ways. I was actually asked to do it by one of the Australian atheist organizations for their publication. It's called The Psychology of Faith, the Human Quest for Meaning. And I wrote about like what Neil's just saying, like that we're evolutionary psychology, genetically wired, like what's going on in our brains. And so did you guys ever watch Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman?
Yes.
I don't think I finished it.
They did an episode. They did an episode on, and I didn't find the episode till after I wrote the article, but my article is almost identical to that episode on the evolutionary psychology, on the DNA, on the neurotheology of, when you do a PET scan of somebody thinking about God, and what was really interesting through the wormhole is they studied like a Catholic nun, and her visual center is lighting up. Because when a Catholic or when a Christian's thinking about God, we're talking to God. But then they put a Buddhist monk in who's having these abstract thoughts, and their visual cortex is lighting up instead of their verbal cortex. And then they put an atheist in and say, think about God, and nothing happens. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't
it literally is.
It'd be interesting to see how that applies to the Paraha tribe, who don't even have words in their language for for any deity concepts.
Could be very different. They just evolved that way for sure. But the belief.
What do they scream during sex? Fuck.
I guess that's it. That's probably it.
I'm so good, I scream my own.
It's so good you scream your own name. I like it.
That's clever.
Jason's on the board again. Points.
Everyone deserves 2 points. Unless you favor solipsism, that deserves 2 points.
No, solipsism's ridiculous.
Is anybody else solipsistic, or is it just me?
What?
Yeah, I knew he'd get on the board. Look at Sweet over there. I see.
I have 2 points.
Why should you have 2 points?
Because the joke that made Mikey almost fall over laughing that got him his scoreboard out in the first place.
Yeah, I forgot to write you down after that. Oh wait, I had you in 2 spots.
Well played.
It's. I feel like this is like whose line is it anyways? Where the points mean nothing.
You got it. You won a free trip to www.patreon.com.
I've already been there. No.
Mikey, give yourself a point for that.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, I got a point.
I only get 2 points a day in life. I'm very tired all the time. And thirsty.
Oh yeah, this week is half marathon week. I'm running a half marathon next weekend.
Oh god.
Oh wow. Your recovery is going really well then.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. Like you just had fucking heart surgery. What are you doing?
Were you a runner before the surgery?
Yeah, I ran half marathons beforehand.
Okay, so this is getting back to the normal state of things.
Getting back to the normal. I plan on actually walking roughly about 7 miles of it.
Yeah.
But because I'm going to do a mile on, mile off.
Well, this is a fantastic success. This is great. Yeah.
So when I'm able to, I'm doing it virtual so that I can basically pick the day over the next 2 weeks when I do it, because I want weather that is not snow like we're having tomorrow.
Coward.
I used to be a runner too, usually from the cops, but
what did you convict? Convict. Not athlete. It's very close. One question I have to ask Mr. Sweet here. Did your nipples ever chafe? And what did you do about it if there was any chafing on said nipples?
No, but squirrel nut butter, I think, is what people normally use.
Squirrel nut
I'm
butter.
sorry, what?
Nut butter.
He's asking for a
kind of dirty.
Mikey's asking for a friend.
No,
because mayonnaise is a little too shiny.
Runners is that if you wear, certain people have problems with shirts that basically rub their nipples to the point that they're bloody if you're a distance runner.
Because your shirt bounces against your nipples, which are very sensitive, for 3 hours.
Yeah. And so it's a problem a lot of people have. And so a lot of people use nut butter. I think the brand is called Squirrel.
Not giggle at that.
Yeah. I giggled at it too until it became, after
nut butter.
Hearing about it, you're like, yeah, it's not even funny anymore.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I've had chafed nipples, and it ain't fucking funny.
No, it's not. It's awful.
Man, it sure does lock in the moisture, though.
But imagine with your shirt rubbing against your nipple for 3 straight hours.
Right.
You got to sear it real good on
Vaseline.
that first side.
Use Vaseline on there.
Or tape. Some people tape them.
Yeah, some people do tape. Yeah.
You'll probably sweat the tape off, but
And pull the hair around it out too.
Yeah, I know a lot of people use
I don't have to wax.
the stripper covers for
Pasties?
Oh, pasties.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put
that
a
works
little
too.
pasty on that bad boy.
Then when you
Or
win the
on-
race, you can whip your shirt off and go and have to wiggle around and stuff.
I'd put a pasty like over my growing stomach. Just to cover it up. Just
But I
have a
mean,
little-
if
little pride.
you're like a big time runner and you wear like the 1980s short shorts, man, thigh chafing for some people is a big issue too.
So don't they all? Everyone pretty much runs in like a freaking
Quiet,
wetsuit
Dave.
now. Points.
Wow. There's so
Oh,
much
that's good.
to know.
Neil, you gotta remember your safe word. You've got to remember your safe word.
My safe word's always the same.
Safe word.
My safe word is, get the fuck off me.
Safe word should be no.
Mine's dolphin.
Dolphin. What's the
If you
story behind
remember
that
the
one?
movie Euro Trip, that safe word scene is hilarious. Because it's some like really, really long Dutch word and the kid can't remember it. And he confuses it with another word, which basically translates to beat me harder. But yeah.
And by the way, Dave,
Nut butter. Circle back.
it's E-I, not I before E, because there's no C in my name. So is that
Unless you're talking about a weird
Neil's vowels are alphabetical.
yes. Hey, wait, what? Oh, I see something. Dolphin
This
safe.
is for you, Inquisitive Quandary.
Word.
Oh, hey, agnostic pagan mom is here. She just walked into the dolphin comments.
Hello, APM.
APM,
Agnostic Pagan Mother.
a distributory of
Devil
points.
type.
Yeah. Fine. Guys are really lobbying for these points now. It's kind of against the spirit of the game. It's fine though. I already know who's gonna win. I
Blame it on the gravy. Sure. It's quite all right. It happens.
Gotta give it one of them non-stick bad boys.
At least you didn't spell it with a K. That's all that matters. Neil. K, never mind.
Oh God.
I was actually
Oh
gonna
God.
for a while there. I was gonna have a stage name as the lead singer of the band. It was Neil and then Down, DOWNE. So it'd be Neil Down.
That's worth the
I
point.
usually don't get these jokes right away. That was funny, Neil. That was good.
Neil's on the board, baby.
Woo! Wait, what? I'm not on the board. What are you talking about?
You're on the board, man. Knows a
They won't
point.
even let me near the boardroom, let alone be on the board.
No. They had me scrubbing the boards. Is that a thing in sports? I just figured it was. Scrubbing the. Is that a hockey term? Do they call something scrubbing the boards?
No. No. You can get slammed into the boards
checked into the boards.
or checked it. Well, sure.
The Czech
The wussy
ice,
way of saying it, but
ice hockey hotel. Do you check into the board? I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere.
no points for Mikey on that one.
Yeah, I'm reaching.
You
Randolph-
have to ramp up your board game a little bit.
Randolph, you really have to update that keyboard of yours because it sounds like it says "Made in Bedrock" on the back of it. Clickety clackety clickety clackety. It's like
I type fast. Sorry.
Do you have the?
The mechanical keyboard.
Do you have a mechanical one?
I have a couple of them.
Probably his laptop.
I have the old PS2 models actually, and they have a steel frame in them, and they don't break when I type on them.
He has to get steel reinforced ones.
He's like the Hulk.
Randolph brown switches.
Oh, I've busted keyboards because I'm hard on them when I type.
Get one of the brown switches and you'll be fine.
What's a down switch?
Brown switch. There's brown, red, blue, and green switches for mechanical keyboards, and you can switch them out, and they sound different.
Oh, no, you're talking about something newer. No, I'm talking about the traditional IBM PS2 keyboards.
It's basically the same thing. It's just changing out which switches they're using. It just depends on how much pressure.
These ones you can't change the switches. These are the older PS2 keyboards. These are not USB keyboards.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I know what you're talking about. Those mechanical keyboards on the markets these days. I can't stand those. I don't have.
I got one. It looks like a typewriter, but it's got like under.
Is that a Rocat?
I have to address this because this is my guest coming up. So, Christian, basically, because you don't do the Twitter thing and whatnot, so I will definitely have to email you the link. So yes, I will email you a link, probably about somewhere between 10 and 5 minutes before we go live. We'll have a little chit chat before that. That's my guest coming up on Monday, guys. So Christian Armstrong, I was going to send it to you via Discord, but an email's fine. If you, I could do it via Discord if you're in my Discord. Are you in my Discord? If not, there is a link to it in the original interview. Actually, I think it might be under here too. If not, at least send me your email via Discord. You could just message me. I don't know what my number is. Everyone has like a number, I guess, but I fucking hate Discord, so I don't really go on there. Somebody set up a Discord for it. There's an old classic keyboard right there.
I have a whole bunch of these. This exact model. These are the ones that are built with a steel frame.
You're in my Discord? Okay, then I'll message you a link if you'd like through Discord, Christian. We'll do it that way.
These were popular in the 1980s. Yep.
Yes. Right into the 90s, actually. So.
Yep.
So Christian Armstrong, who is in the chat with us tonight, is my guest for Monday. And then, of course, coming up on Wednesday on the 28th, I have Vice Rhino as my guest. And then to cap things off for October, I've got Brain Bug, and we're going to pull up some creepy crawlies for Halloween night, guys. So that's
going to be fun. That's going to be fun.
You guys remember that toy? Creepy crawlers. It was like a little. It was like a little gelatin making thing.
Little rubbery thing.
Yep. And you can make a spider, and they were like $30, kid. And I was like, oh, I could just buy the spider. I mean, that would be fine.
Yeah, no kidding. But you guys, I'm going to have to bring this to an end. It's now 9 o'clock, and I still have to go and hang out with some friends of mine that are. One of my friends who's in town from Calgary, actually, who is staying at my buddy Mikey's place. So he has a job interview out here, so he might be moving out this way. Fingers crossed, because he's really cool. His name's Calvin, and he's not a Calvinist.
Does he have a tiger?
He does not have a tiger. I have the tiger. I showed it to you.
Tiger named Hobbs.
Yes. Anyway, creepy crawlers, set your basement on fire.
Exactly.
Carrie.
But yes. But Jason, thank you so much for joining me today. I had a great time chatting with you.
Yeah.
And hopefully the after party was a little bit of fun.
I'll try to catch the show. I was in a debate I couldn't watch live, unfortunately, so I'll listen later.
Yep. Don't worry, I'll yell at you for that later.
Hopefully I can join you guys, the two of you, on your upcoming show and be a guest host or someone to answer questions for callers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We intend to do that. That's fantastic.
And
also,
I'm editing. Sorry, I'm editing chapter 1 right now on the ancients, on the Greeks and the Romans. So as I'm going through, I'll probably be extracting stuff from my blog. So if people are interested in the Greek history, I'll be putting some stuff up in the next week or two as I go through that.
Oh, fantastic.
Sorry,
I know Theo's been saying he's into the Greek, so I'll try to put some stuff up there on that.
Is he into the Greek stuff? Cool. Hang on. Who am I forgetting that was in here with us?
Tons of Mike. Oh, no. On chat.
Matt.
Oh, that's right. Matthew was in here. That's right. Which is rare. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, thanks you guys for jumping in here with Jason and myself tonight. Swede and Mikey and IQ and Matthew, who's no longer with us, and Randolph for jumping in at the end.
As usual.
Yeah, well, that's okay. You're busy tonight. You're usually in here from the beginning if we do. If
I try.
Yeah, of course. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the after party. If you missed the original interview, there is a link to go and check it out because it's a good one. We talked about a lot of really cool stuff, and it is below. And all the links to follow Jason wherever his work is being done are also in the initial interview video. And you can check out his book as well. There's a link to his website, which has the way to find that book. And like I always say at the end of these ones, with the whole COVID-19 thing, the pandemic going on right now, remember to be well and be safe, and above all, be kind. And like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Hit it.
And we will see you guys next time. And thanks once again to all my wonderful patrons. See you
Thanks,
guys
everybody.
Your tunes.